North Carolina lawmaker switches parties and gives Republicans unlimited power. There it is. A Democratic state legislator in North Carolina, this lady, you know what, let's listen to the article.
North Carolina lawmaker switches parties, gives Republicans unlimited power. A Democratic state legislator in North Carolina is switching parties just 3 months after being sworn in, giving North Carolina Republicans the ability to pursue their agenda with a veto-proof majority over Democratic Governor Roy Cooper. Representative Tricia Cotham's decision sparked fears that Republicans would use their new power to pursue legislation such as an abortion ban, in a state that's become an unlikely outpost for abortion access since Roe v. Wade was overturned last year. Cotham's switch was first reported by Axios Raleigh on Tuesday. She did not respond to a request for comment from Vice News Tuesday, but that afternoon, her staff cleared out her desk on the Democratic side of the aisle and she took her place on the Republican side. A press conference with Cotham and North Carolina Republican leaders was scheduled for Wednesday morning at the North Carolina GOP's Raleigh headquarters. Democratic Party leaders forcefully condemned Cotham's move. Representative Robert Reeves, the leader of Cotham's now former caucus, blasted her in a statement Tuesday afternoon, saying she betrayed her Democratic-leaning constituents and the values she campaigned for, and calling for her resignation. That is not the person that was presented to the voters of House District 112. That is not the person those constituents campaigned for in a hard primary, and who they championed in a general election in a 60% Democratic district, Reeves said. Those constituents deserve to know what values were most important to their elected representative. State Party Chair Anderson Clayton and Mecklenburg County Chair Jane Whitley called the switch deceit of the highest order in a joint statement, and also called on her to resign. Representative Cotham's decision is a betrayal to the people of HD 112, with repercussions not only for the people of her district, but for the entire state of North Carolina, the statement said. Cotham was elected to represent a district in the Charlotte area in November. It was her second tenure in the legislature. She had previously served for 10 years before declining to run for re-election in 2016.
Wake up!
During her first tenure in the House, Cotham was a mostly liberal Democrat and vocally opposed Republican efforts to limit access to abortion. In 2015, during a debate over a bill to mandate a 72-hour waiting period to obtain an abortion, Cotham spoke about her own abortion of a non-viable fetus on the floor.
Fuck. Uh-oh.
Including being called a baby killer by a GOP colleague. I don't think I had emotionally moved on, Cotham told Time in 2015. The real healing came that day on the floor. After the draft of the ruling that overturned Roe was leaked last May, Cotham said in a tweet that North Carolina needed leaders who were unwavering and unapologetic in their support of abortion rights, and that she would fight to codify Roe in the General Assembly, and continue my strong record of defending the right to choose. In January, she co-sponsored a bill, introduced by Democrats, to do just that. Abortion is currently legal in North Carolina up to 20 weeks. Since Roe was overturned, North Carolina has become a refuge for patients seeking abortions in the South, one that's set to become even more important, considering Republicans in Florida will soon likely ban all abortions after 6 weeks.
Nice!
A group that operates 3 clinics in North Carolina reported in November that more than half of its patients were from out of state, according to NC Policy Watch. It's so far unclear how Cotham's party switch will affect her support for abortion rights. North Carolina Republicans have discussed a number of proposals including a 6-week ban, the AP reported in February, but have so far been unable to coalesce around a single strategy. Cotham's decision could also have implication for a host of other issues, such as LGBTQ+ rights, education, gun laws, voting rights, and criminal justice. Cooper was first elected in 2016, and while he's been constrained by Republican legislative majorities, he has limited Republican priorities and even brokered some major deals, such as a partial repeal of HB 2 and expanding Medicaid after a decade of Republican resistance to the Affordable Care Act. The last time North Carolina Republicans had a veto-proof majorities in the General Assembly, along with former Republican Governor Pat McCrory in the governor's mansion, they remade the state into a model for right-wing politics across the country. Cotham had faced criticism from Democrats last week after she and two other legislators were absent during a vote to override Cooper's veto on a bill loosening gun regulations. Cotham later said in a statement to WBTV that she was receiving treatment for long COVID symptoms at the time and that she opposed the veto override. During her 5-year hiatus from elected office, Cotham, a former teacher and assistant principal, spent time as the president of a charter school operator.
Of course.
After her election to the legislature for a second time last November, Republican House Speaker Tim Moore appointed Cotham as a co-chair of the House Education Committee, where she was voting with Republicans even prior to this week. Cotham sought to downplay speculation about why Republican leaders would give a chairmanship to a Democrat. I stand strongly on my record for working with Republicans and Democrats and all different types of organizations, Cotham told Spectrum News in February. Does that make me a target? How are
won her election by 20%, by the way, deep blue district that she stole. Yeah, no, I think that the Democratic Party should keep putting centrists like this as like the only viable candidate in deep blue states. And I think that American democracy is great. It's wonderful. That's so sick. Actually. AI going to replace you so fast, dog? Yeah, hopefully. Knowing someone's position on charter schools tells you exactly if the person is corrupt, 100% accurate always. Oh, yeah. I can't say what I truly feel about what to do with a politician like this. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I can't on this platform, but I'm thinking it. You know, I'm thinking it. You can't stop me from thinking those thoughts, those very not super kind thoughts. They're not kind. I'm thinking that they should be subjected to a lifetime of top of the hour ad breaks, let's say, with no way of subscribing to avoid them. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, well, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite podcaster. Hopefully that's me. You know, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Don Lemon's misogyny has seen and exposed malicious texts mocking female coworkers and diva-like behavior. I'm not really all that interested in this. I'm kind of bored. For real, though, this has got to be some sort of fraud. Yeah. Legitimately think the DOJ civil rights should investigate whether this was pre-planned and whether she defrauded voters. New North Carolina Rep. Tricia Cotham, who won election into a deep blue Charlotte area as a Democrat just 5 months ago, changed parties Tuesday, a move that gives Republicans a veto-proof majority. Officially, I have no idea. Unofficially, it's been widely rumored for the better part of the year now that she had been in a relationship between, there has been a relationship between the rep and the speaker. She was the first person several people thought when Jim Blaine tweeted on November 8th that one of 3 Ds would switch. Greg, do you know what's going on with the Democrat who just became a Republican in the North Carolina state's legislature? Eggplant emoji. I don't know, dude. What the fuck is this? This is random. I don't think it's like sex. I don't think it's like a Kevin McCarthy style situation.